Pencil band, take your seats.
Give the link to me online. The new link to me.
No, I have to go to broadcast right now.
Julia was afraid.
What I would recommend.
This would happen, I'd have to just put it all
Yeah, good, good plan, wonderful.
Okay.
You want me to do that, so you can something else?
Well, I need to get all through, but.
Okay.
Let's,
I know I'm thinking you more through it. Okay.
hold it.
I'm gonna make this.
Okay. What is that talking about? I'm gonna pass right through here, carefully. Is this the phone that's broadcasting? Okay, well, yeah, that's exactly what I was just thinking, except, those are totally streaming, I see. No, because the thing is, it's a directional antenna, we want to be facing the tower.
3 bars.
My phone's cable out. Well, this isn't even cutting it.
3 bars.
No. Wow, that picks up really fast. Well, so this needs to be pointed somewhere toward the phone, so this is the easy part.
I don't think that's as sensitive.
I mean, yeah, but it is.
Wi-Fi will try to, it's. That's.
You know what? It looks like, the screen is a metal mesh. Well, I would have this, that would try lots of. It's not gonna be.
Peter said so, yeah.
All right, so now I'm going.
Oh, perfect, we just hang it right up here.
The previous one.
That is
Want to
exactly
get on Facebook or get somewhere and tell them.
We just string it around that
How do I, do you want to go?
My Facebook would
on a cable.
Or do you know the best way to tell
There you
people
go.
about the new link or phone?
Solutionify.
Can you? I do have a
Perfect, now it's actually perfect.
but I'm not sure how to get.
If you can send me a link on Santa's Messenger, just to Facebook, and then I'll send that to Kat, and she will send it. I know that's a 3-person link, but
Put it in, it's in Facebook.
or actually Santa can put it directly in the check just chat. I forgot you're in the check chat. If you see that, if not, just said, oh, I got it. I'll do it. I got it.
You do that bit and I'm gonna try and get in the old link
I'm
so that I
guessing-
can.
Presumably we're gonna be perpendicular to the array of antennas, right? This right here.
Do you have a previous one? Right over there. No, not there. They were posted. Yes.
All right, you got this. This stuff can be.
So we wanna do it. And actually,
Hopefully they just get out.
That's the break.
Not actually this particular equipment, so I'm just gonna make all this up based on intuition.
Okay.
Everything I say, a lot of songs.
You're wonderful, Calvin. Thank you. I know you are volunteering to check.
Actually, fairly reliable there.
One person, but it's us.
The hotspot.
I still have 2 bars.
Oh, it's a little.
I was talking to her about this a little bit last night.
Oh,
yeah. Frequencies.
Many other things.
Okay, there we go.
She was saying that was a very high frequency. That there's high shadow
I
transfer.
mean,
And sometimes
I'm getting double digits on second.
all right. Brilliant. Can you hear us?
I mean, I could also just, she's, talk directly, but.
Are you using a hotspot?
No, well, this is my fix. I'm not using that. Yeah, so I got it.
Hello,
There's
hello.
a open source project. Somebody created like multiple
Audio.
sources. Like, it has all the way through.
Oh, we are saying things.
Test.
It looks similar to what I'm using, but I don't know if it's like.
Well, no, I'm not that.
Mike.
I'm
Mike.
Someone named Mike is there.
He passed away like last year.
Test. We have this mic all turned up all the way. Mike. As we're going from this mic right here. We can hear?
You can
They can
hear.
hear.
Okay,
Ah!
Sandra, real quick, I'm gonna be
Yes.
outside this room because I'm gonna have noise things on me, but I'm monitoring their chat and see if there are problems. I'm not gonna interrupt you if there are problems.
Yes.
If it's
Okay.
anything I can fix, I'll fix it. If not, we're just gonna have to continue
All
on.
right.
I assume you
Okay.
don't want me to interrupt you if there are problems. 'Cause it's
Yes,
a
thank you.
process.
Thank you.
Okay, I will tell them if there are problems on their end, they can watch the YouTube recording
Uh-huh.
further on. But
Okay.
you now, this is your only. So,
But also, I think once the background check is on.
Yes, this is omnidirectional. It's picking up everything.
Yeah, but if you're turned away from it, you can't show. So, yeah, here, I'll be you. I'm a little shorter than you.
I don't recommend it when I teach like the drum because it's kind of make your eyes.
Little closer.
Doctorate degree.
Should we push this out a little bit so that you can face everyone at the same time? Or are you gonna be on the other side of it?
No, I won't be behind you. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I already have Wi-Fi.
Right there, that's good. Sure.
So I think we'll sort of combine all of that into one.
All right, you can step aside.
Oh, great, looks good. All right.
Okay.
There's
Go away.
also a different
Okay.
tool,
Turn this way.
that is a community-based of one that works for Stormware.
A
So you
little.
know in your area.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, have a seat. Okay. Now that we've resolved our technical issues. Phew. All right. I want an issue here. Is there a way we can close this? Can we close this?
No,
That has to stay open?
that antenna is part of how you are connected. to the
Oh,
internet.
that's an antenna. Oh my God. Okay. That won't stay.
Thanks.
Maybe that'll do a little something.
You look in the key really close to my foot here.
Okay, good.
So I tilted it a little bit, maybe 1 foot.
All right.
2 feet. So if you
Yeah.
tilt it here,
Yes, that's perfect.
You want me to stay close to like you need me? Like I said, I want to be out of the circle so that
Mhm, yes.
I'm not, if you want me to be close and think you need me, I don't think
Yeah,
it'll
be
be.
close.
Okay,
Be close.
I'll be like right in that area.
Okay. That did help.
I'm gonna do a last taker since you
Okay,
everybody's coming,
good.
I'm closing the door.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we've resolved, we think, our technical issues for being able to do this healing sound bath from a remote location. And I am hoping that this mic is picking up everything just fine. Just give me a minute. Let me pull myself together. And we will begin. I'm going to start with a generalized concert. And then I'm going to explain a little bit about the science behind what I'm doing. And then I will open up the floor for people to receive individualized sound baths. Sound good? Since we are in an enclosed space and I am immunocompromised, I am speaking without a mask so that I can talk to you all, but everybody else here in the circle is masked to protect me. Seriously? Everybody wants to get into the act. You might hear that. You folks at home might have heard a little bit of Anna and Ham striking together outside this barn. But I'm Sana, and want to move over because since you're not hitting this, you can actually see. Since I'm sitting here close to the mic, there you go. That way the camera isn't blocking you. Okay. Yes. So this gives you a little sample of a healing sound bath. Interestingly, everybody who has joined me today, you're all gentlemen. I would have thought I'd get more of a mix, but that's okay. Now, I should explain a little bit about why I started doing this healing work. As some of you may be aware, I was recently diagnosed with a rather aggressive stage 4 cancer. And right about at the same time that I found this out, I also saw a TED Talk about how it's possible to shatter cancers with sound. And you've probably seen videos of that trick where somebody will take a crystal glass and sing at it and shatter it. But how that works is the person who's doing it will ping the glass first and see how the glass is resonating and then sing that same tone. Because it doesn't work otherwise, because you want the glass to resonate with the voice. And when the glass starts shaking, you keep that up and it'll actually break. So there was a researcher who wanted to find out, well, you can shatter a crystal glass. What can you do with, can you shatter other things? If you know what their resonance is, can you shatter them? Can you do this with cancer cells? And they tested it with oscilloscopes, trying every kind of tone imaginable, both within the normal range of human hearing and below and beyond. Normal range of human hearing is 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz upon average. And they discovered that what they needed to do to shatter a cancer cell, they had to go way beyond the range of normal human hearing, between 100,000 hertz and 300,000 hertz. And of course, you could never hear that, but looking at it under a microscope, hitting it with an oscilloscope, they were able to bust up at least leukemia cells. I don't know about other cancer cells that they might have tried it on, but it breaks it up so that it can't recombine and start to form new cells and spread everywhere. So I thought, well, that's interesting. With this, since these are overtones beyond the normal range of human hearing, you can still, the body can still feel them, even if the ears can't hear them. So I thought, okay, well, how do I create those kinds of overtones myself without needing an oscilloscope? So I started studying the science of tuning forks. Now, most other tuning forks you may have seen are made of steel, and they are designed to just sound one tone, the fundament tone of whatever it is, whether it's a middle C, standard A, concert pitch 440. But these tuning forks that I've started collecting are made of aluminum, an aluminum alloy that does give you the overtones. That's actually the middle C, but you're not hearing the middle C, a couple of overtones above that. It sounds like a G. Now that's C and G together. But you're hearing the overtones. You can only hear the fundament tone, da, da, if you have them right close to your ears. You folks at home might be able to hear the fundament tone if I bring the forks really close to the mic. So I started working with these, and I also came across this really teeny tiny one that resonates at 4,096 hertz. It's the highest note on a piano keyboard. And because it's so small, you can't even really get it to resonate by hitting it on something unless you hit it on a crystal. It is super high. And I figured playing this one, it's going to reach up into that really stratospheric series of overtones. Those overtones that my ear can't hear, my mind will hear. It works neurologically. So I decided, let's start working with these. And I also figured when I broke the news of the diagnosis, I was bowled over by how people have been responding with offers of help and support and sending me mojo, sending me Reiki. It's just been amazing. I had no idea that people cared, but I thought, hey, I'm already trained in Reiki myself. And one of the principles of Reiki is that when you give Reiki to someone else, you yourself get the benefit because you become a channel. It's reciprocal. It flows through you, and the backdraft is amazing. So I thought, okay, I need to be doing more of that in order to heal myself. How can I best support my own healing? And I decided I needed to do more Reiki and to add the resonance frequencies as an amplification of that. So these tuning forks are in what we call just intonation. The equal temperament that you're used to hearing from an orchestra or a band is a massive compromise. It enables you to play in any key and to shift between keys within a song, which pop music does a lot. You hear so many of them, you'll hear it all sung in one key, and then the last verse, they'll take it up a notch or two, and the bridge will often change the keys as well. In just intonation, you can't do that. What that means is that the ratios between the notes are as pure a interval as possible. So when you make the switch to equal temperaments, the major third is just a teensy bit higher, and the perfect fifth is not a perfect fifth. It is just a teensy bit lower. And you play a perfect fifth, you will hear it kind of go wah, 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 a little bit. But with these, it's a perfect 3-to-2 ratio. That is a perfect fifth. It's as pure an interval as you can get. So let's see, where's my E? There's my E, okay. So I've got my
perfect octave C.
You're as clean as you can get. And on the handouts, it shows you exactly what the perfect, the cleanest ratios are for each of the notes in the scale. And this is considered to be the way that you can bring yourself into alignment at body, mind, and spirit by playing as pure intervals as you can get them. These are also using natural tuning. They're not in concert pitch. Starting from a basis of the middle A is at 32 hertz instead of concert pitch of 440 hertz. This bell over here that's A440. Did I get that right? There we go. There's the A. Hear the difference? It's just a teensy bit lower than this A over here. So I started you in concert pitch, but then went to natural pitch. Why did we switch? I don't know. But I do know why we switched to equal temperaments from just intonation, because you would have to, because when you're playing just intonation, you are committed to being in that key, to playing in that key and in nothing else. You can't do it anything else. If you want to switch to a different key, with stringed instruments, you can retune, but with wind or brass instruments, you can't do it. You have to pick up a completely different instrument. So what the equal temperament does for you is it gives you flexibility, but it doesn't necessarily give you the alignment that you would get with just intonation and playing extremely pure tones. Now these tuning forks that I have stuck into this little ball here, they are in the octave from middle C to high C. I also have one that is lower. This is weighted. Now the others do not have weights on them. This one does, so that it will vibrate for a longer period of time. And if you were to come in close, you would actually be able to see it vibrating. Tarak is there, he can see it. I'll bring that close to the camera. See that buzzing? There you go. I also have a little accessory with this. There's a crystal on the bottom of it, and that enables me to place it directly on the body. With these, you can't do that. You can't place them directly on the body, and you also should not place them directly too close to the ears. And I'm doing that just to show you what you should not do. But instead, because it's too intense when they're too close to the ears, instead, what you can do, take my G out, is you can strike them on your knees or on these nice little hockey pucks that Terex helped me make leg drops for. Now you can hold them close. A little bit gentler.
Hitting them on a slightly softer material.
Slightly
instead of
softer
hitting them
material,
against the harder
yes.
material.
Now you can hold them close. And with playing them, when you tap them together, you need to hold them away from the body. You can wave them through the aura. Last night, you might have seen, some of you might have seen me working with someone who had a headache away from the body. In fact, her headache was here. So what I did was, I brought it close to her head, but then pulled away. What I was doing was trying to relieve the pressure by drawing it out. I hadn't checked with her yet this morning to see whether it worked, but that is how I would do it. Now, I had you all fill out little safety protocol cards where I asked you a few questions. And what I wanted to do with that, what this helps me do is guide me to what I should possibly avoid when I am working with this. For example, if Terex had a broken rib, I would not put this directly on the rib because I could make the fracture worse. If, however, I went to some distance away and pressed into soft tissue, now that is healing because the resonance will expand down and reach and help stimulate growth of the bone, but you can't put it directly on the bone. You might shatter it the way you would shatter a crystal glass. And because they are weighted, you can hold it there for a longer period of time, because these vibrate longer than the unweighted ones do. And this is a resonance also at a C, but it's an octave below this one. So this is resonating at middle C, 256, and this at 128 hertz, which is half of 256, gets you the perfect octave, one down. These are also excellent for use on animals. This feels like a purr to a cat. You can use them on any animals if they are distressed or they're trying to heal from something. Because their ears are so much more sensitive than ours are, the unweighted forks would be too intense for them and the too high pitched. It would get away from you. But this one you can use on them. Let me hold that close to the mic so you folks at home can hear the low C. And then I have two other weighted forks. These are the longest ones that I have, and they are even lower pitched than that one. And the reason I have them is because, well, when the last of my hair fell out, I started feeling sick in a different kind of way. And I thought, whoa, Nellie, is this what Native Americans talk about when they say that they lose their connection to the earth when they're forced to cut their hair off? Okay, well, Separation is an illusion. How do I bring my connection to the earth back online? Schumann resonance to the. You might have heard of Schumann resonance as 7.83 hertz. And it is regarded as the heartbeat of the earth itself, the frequency of the magnetic field of the earth. And maybe that's what the native tribes are feeling with their hair as an antenna. Possible, that's speculation. But of course, 7.83 hertz is below the range of normal human hearing. But what if you could bring it up to within range? So this one, the longer of the two, is 7.83 times 7. And then 7.83 times 8. So that brings it up to the bass octave of the piano. You can't really hear that at a distance. It has to be close. You bring those close to your ears, and what happens is your brain creates a third note that equals the difference between these two, which is 7.83 hertz. I'm going to bring that close to the mic. Maybe the folks at home can hear that. Real close. So the other day, after that last bit of hair fell out, I took about 10 minutes just doing this so that my system would create that 7.83 hertz inside. And it did help to stabilize me. So I'm going to give you guys because this would otherwise be inaudible sound. I have to bring these in close. So I'm going to go around the circle. I can actually feel that through my hands. The skin can actually feel sound better than the ears. I saw a little reaction there. An interesting effect, isn't it?
So at this point, let's see if there's anything else I wanted to say. Oh, yes, the little image that I have on your handouts here of the hologram. You may have seen videos of somebody spreading salt on a metal plate and then playing a tone underneath the plate, and then the salt spreads out and creates holograms on the plate. And then when you change the tone, it sort of all goes diffuse again and then forms a whole new pattern. Well, there's also another device, more advanced, called a CymaScope, which captures these frequencies as well in a more 3D effect. It's still a cross section. You're still looking at it in 2D, but you can see more of, you can detect that there's more depth there. So when you're looking at a sound wave in a sound editing program, you are seeing just only the tiniest sliver of slice of what's really going on. Sound is not going this way. It is going this way in 3 dimensions, and it knows no time nor space. So even if you're watching this video after the fact, you're still going to get the effect of the resonances coming towards you. So at this point, I think I can open up the floor for people who would like individualized treatment. I'm going to move a chair out. So, would anybody like to join me in the seat? Yes, please. Come on, T. Gray. Do it. All right. You said you have something going on in the shoulder here? Right there. Okay. Yep. I can feel it. Okay. I'm going to go with the 128 first.
Okay, wow. It's so gentle, but it's there.
Mm-hmm. Take a few other points nearby.
Wow. It's like almost like a massage coming from the inside
Yeah,
out
isn't it?
instead of from the outside in. This is like going to church for me. This is amazing. That was wonderful. That was just,
Oh, look at him. He's so blissed out.
this is my,
This is your jam.
Sonic magic, Sonic energy. This is my jam.
Awesome. Oh, well.
Oh, that was amazing.
All right. Well, we're at about time at this point. It's just past noon and we kind of got a start. So, gentlemen, I'm glad to be able to demonstrate this for you. And we're going to sign off now. So. All right. Thank you folks at home too. Go industry.
That was wonderful.
And
Quick question.